How are you all? I heard only one guy. How are you all? Good. I only heard man. How are you all? Okay, now we are talking. But welcome to all of you. We stopped counting. This money market club or investment group is going on for many years, more than a decade. If you really count it, we changed names 3 times. So 20 years, we changed names like the colors of the chameleon, according to how the wind is blowing. But 10 years ago, we had Steve Jobs, Bob Hope, and Johnny Cash. Today we have no hope, no cash, no job. But I always meet a young man in the party, like today I met Milind, and he's very smart. I asked him, what's your mother's name? So he says, Smiling. I said, what's your father's name? He said, Laughing. So I said, you must be kidding. So he said, no, that's my brother, I'm joking. But I have some questions for you all. I always come with questions, and being a very smart group of people. So question number 1 is, if the vegetable oil is made out of vegetables, where does the baby oil comes from? And another question is, have you noticed that the glue never sticks inside the bottle? Otherwise, supposed to stick everything together, right?
Right.
So these are the things bothering me all the time. Like, I saw an ad for a new and improved taste in a dog food. I'm just wondering who is tasting that food. I went to a restaurant named Karma, K-A-R-M-A. There was no menu. There was a sign. It said, you get what you deserve. Sometimes, you pass around market, mall, there are some signs. So I saw this sign in a hotel which says, please do not involve or engage in disgusting behavior like smoking and other activities in the bed. Sometimes my jokes take time to walk up to you. Okay? After a while you will laugh. Same hotel, another sign was that, please take advantage of the newly hired chambermaids.
Chambermaids?
And the same hotel had a restaurant downstairs which had a sign that, special drinks for ladies with nuts. They give you nuts and drinks. Don't think your other mind, okay? There was a sign in a business establishment which says, this property is protected. I request everybody to stop talking and listen to me, please. I'm using your money, your time. So I know some people just can't stop talking, so I lose my concentration. So there was an establishment which had a sign that this establishment is protected by gun 3 days a week. You guess which days. And there was a sign in the bathroom which says, man left, women always right. But there are I'm always perplexed by some definitions. Okay, there is a definition between confidence and confidential. My talk is always about play with words, so pay attention, okay? What is confidence and what is confidential? A son asks the father, like all the sons, ask. So father says, come here, my son. I can confidently say that you are my son. But that friend of yours, it's confidential that he is also my son. What is the difference between tension, stress, and panic. Tension, stress, and panic. Tension is when your wife is pregnant. Stress is when your girlfriend is pregnant. And panic is when both are pregnant.
I feel it.
What's the definition of a nurse? A beautiful, tall lady holds your hand for 1 full minute and expects your pulse will be normal. And what's the definition of a doctor? Any doctor in the house? I see one on my right.
None
So
here.
doctor cures your ills by the pills, but kills you by his bills.
Confession after retirement.
Okay, let's talk about the doctors. When you go to a doctor's office, he will come inside, talk to you and say, please, undress yourself, I will be back. I always wonder if he's gonna be back and see you without clothes, why he is going out. I never understood that. But there was a doctor who got a call from a man. He says, Doc, you did surgery on my wife, and since that time she lost complete interest in sex. And doctor said, let me look at her records. He put it in the computer and says, Mr. Johnson, we only did surgery on her eyes. Now she can see. There was this smart Indian doctor. Business was not good, so he put a sign outside the office that I cure your ills for $20. If I don't cure you, I give you $100. So there was a smart young lawyer. He said, this is the time to make some money. So he goes to the doctor and says, I lost my sense of taste. So doctor calls his nurse, says, nurse, come here, bring bottle number 22. He opens the bottle, puts 3 drops on his mouth because he lost the taste. He says, this tastes like kerosene or petrol. So doctor says, see, you got your taste back. Give me $20. So next week the lawyer said, I gotta get my money back. So he goes to the doctor and says, I lost my sense of smell. Doctor says, sit here. Tells the nurse, bring bottle number 22. And he puts 2 drops in front of his nose. And he said, this is the same stuff you gave me last time. It smells like kerosene. So he says, your sense of smell came back in $20. So this lawyer was very frustrated. 3rd time he goes to the doctor and says, this time I lost my memory. So doctor looks at him, thinks, he said, I can't help you. He gets, so you get $100 because I cannot help you. He looks at the $100 bill and says, this is $20, not 100. See, you got your eyesight back. You got your memory back also. So this is how the Gujarati doctor works. But there is a bar here, so I always think of alcohol. So some of the one-liners I'm sure you have heard before, but later on we'll go to the details. Like, I always go to a bar and order a double scotch. You know why? When I order double scotch, I feel single. Somebody told me in this group that Dr. Patel, don't drink. It doesn't help you at all. I said, neither does water or milk. And another guy told me that alcohol kills you slowly. So I said, where is the hurry? But there was a bar, and a young man was sitting there. His name was Moshe. And a big, burly, husky biker comes in, and there was a drink in front of this young man who had drinks. So the young man started crying. So the big man says that, why you are crying? I just drank your drink, He says, you don't know what happened to me today. I went to work, I was late, I was fired. I went to the parking lot, my car was stolen. I took an Uber, went home, I left my wallet in Uber. I went home, because I was early, I found my wife in bed with another man. I wanted to end my life. So I came to this bar, got a drink, put a cyanide capsule in the drink, and you drank it. And then he looks at the man and says, "How is your day going?" There was this a Farsi guy named Pestonji. He drinks a lot. He comes home one day and he was so mad, he was drunk, and his wife was fighting, the children wanted to disavow him. So he sees a lot of empty bottles of alcohol, so he breaks one bottle and breaks it. "You are the reason I don't have good relation with my wife." He gets another bottle and breaks it. "You are the one, because of you I lost the job." He brings third bottle, breaks it, and says, "You are the one, because my children don't love me." Then he picks up a fourth bottle. It was sealed, full bottle of wine. He says, "You have nothing to do with me." He puts it a bar, a man goes and orders a double Glenfiddich. Another man orders double Jack Daniel. There was a little Indian girl sits, says, "I am Savitri Deshpande, single." You know, this is a little long story, you will love it. There was a lady goes to a department store, orders some stuff, and the guy says, "Yeah, I need a credit card." She opens the purse and he sees the remote control in the purse. So he says, "Why you have remote control in your purse?" He says, "Today is a very big football game. I must ask my husband to come with me to, shopping." And he said no, so I took the remote control with me. So the guy was processing her credit card and says, "Your husband put a stop on your credit card." So she says, "You know what? I have his credit card with me." She gave his credit card to the and he processed the credit card, which says, "I need a 4-number PIN for this credit card." So she says, "Look at my husband, he put a stop payment on my card and now for his card." So then suddenly she says, "Okay." The phone rang in her purse, which was her husband's phone, and she gave the PIN to him. So the moral of the story is, don't try to overpower your wife. So the wife goes home and she finds the car was gone, the husband went somewhere. There was a note on the door that, "Honey, I couldn't find remote control, so me and my friends are going to see the football game ourselves. And if you need me for anything, give me a call on my phone." So there were these 4 ladies sitting and gossiping. So first lady says, "My husband is a priest in a church and everybody calls him father." The second one says, "My husband is a bishop. Everybody calls him, he's excellent." Third one says, "My husband is a pope." Don't tell me pope is not married and all that. This is a joke. So he says, "My husband is a pope." They call him Holy Father.
Yeah.
The fourth one says, "I am little ashamed. My husband is a strip dancer in a male club. And when he goes on stage, everybody calls him, 'Oh my God.'" There was a beggar sitting on the street. And the guy gives him $100 every month. Next month he gave him $75. Following month he gave him $50. So he says, "I appreciate what you are giving me, but why you are cutting me down?" He said, "You know what? My daughter went to college, so I have to fund her education. So from 100 I make to 75. Now my son went to college, I cut it down to 50. So the beggar said, how many children you have? He said, 4. So are you going to educate your children at my expense? But you know, what is the dream of every man? Man always wants to look as handsome as his mother thinks he is. You get it?
Yeah.
I told you, sometime it takes time. Tomorrow morning when he will shave and he understand my joke and laugh violently, he will cut himself. What else? Yeah, we passed through the COVID time, right? You must have heard this before, that the other day I sneezed in front of my computer and the virus gun started scanning. And I went to get the vaccine. So I asked the nurse that, does it work? Does it 100% work? So the nurse told me, doctor, when you get married, so many people came and told you that happy married life, right? This is like that. But we have a full program tonight. This was just the beginning. Hope you enjoyed. And now we're gonna do some dancing. Kamran, are you ready? And then we're gonna do some party games by Hershey and Priti. And all of you participate. We have prizes also. We have Dr. Amit Chakravarti. Where is he? Yeah, he's a member of the club. He flew in from Alabama. But he's a multi-talented guy. So he can do a lot of things. So I requested him to come here for 5 minutes and tell some shairis. He's very good at it, funny shairis. So we'll do that. So let's play some music, dancing and all that, and then we do the games.